Well, welcome and thanks that you're here today. I'd like to compliment Danny Rocco and Liberty and his staff. Thought those guys played very well. And I thought our guys played hard. I didn't think our guys played super smart. I'll get into that if you have any questions. But we got us a win, and that's what it's all about. You got to win the football game. I was pleased with the play of Jarrett Brown. I thought he did a nice job. I only had to get after him one time. I told him to start setting his feet, but there were 3 or 4 guys after him. He threw off his back foot a couple of times. Boy, did he do a nice job finding seconds and thirds. So many times in a day he found his second and third read, and it was really good. Had a little confusion early, signals and things like that. Guys missed a signal. Not a lot, but a couple. And that's frustrating as a coach. But offensively, I was proud of the way we got after it. Offensive line did a pretty good job blocking. And so that was okay. Third downs, we were like 6 of 12, I'm told. That's 50%. I thought it was a little bit, I thought it was one better than that, but sorry I missed that. But and I was really pleased with the power running of Ryan Clark. I wanted to get him in there more, and we just didn't get to do it. We kept having to score. But and I was really pleased the way we spread the well thrown with the catches. Noel touched the ball, gained some yardage, had some nice reads, had some not so nice reads. So that's about it on offense. But the receiving end, I thought Jock and Noel and Tyler Urban, wasn't it nice to see a tight end catch a football? That was really good. I'll talk about injuries in a minute. Defensively, the only frustrating thing was the last touchdown. That was frustrating. Guy got inside our guy. I mean, I knew he was going to carry it, and I think you all did too. Number 10 was going to get crossing route, and we just got to get inside leverage. The most frustrating thing of the day was when we had him backed up, had a tremendous punt, and ran an isolation against a 3-3 stack, and they got out. It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable how that could happen. But it happens. It's called football. And you get in the arena, things like that happen. But that cannot happen to our defense. We ran the ball 34 times, threw the ball 26 times, according to these stats. Maybe too much passing, but I told you I'm not going to coach and bang my head against things that I know are not going to work. And if they're going to set in the defense they set in, we're going to throw the football. I'm going to throw the football. Pass the football is what I like to say. If anybody can throw it, I like to pass it. But then when they blitzed, we caught some runs and did a nice job. And I thought Noel's touchdown run was just an absolute thing of beauty. Going in towards the end, the little zone play we ran, it couldn't have been better. Couldn't have been better diagram. And it was really, really nice run by Noel, and just a really good job of the line blocking. And we were trying to catch him in that, so that's it. Kicking game. I'm not pleased with the kickoff, although we got it squared up. And stats sometimes can be deceiving. It says we averaged 23 yards. I was very frustrated. I made 3 personnel changes during the game, and we shut them down. So that tells me I'm going to make more personnel changes. I thought we had a nice punt going towards the hospital, and I thought the one he tried to put the ball in the corner, got in the end zone from the 41-yard line. But I told our football team, and I promised them we get to 35, we're in 4-down territory, we won't kick, we'll get to 25. But I was very pleased. I was very pleased that we made some adjustments for the kickoff, got it stopped, and I was very, very pleased with Tyler Bittencourt kicking, Cody Nutter snapping, and the hold. I thought those 3 guys did a nice job. I talked longer than I wanted to, so any questions, please?
Stu, can you talk a little bit about the call, the quarterback draw on the goal, well, not goal line, but in the 13?
With Jarrett?
Yeah.
Went zero coverage. As soon as they went zero coverage, as long as they have a cover 1, no one ever did that to Patrick. And they found out they better not do it to Jarrett, because that old long-legged guy can get it. And as soon as I saw them, they were in 2 deep shell. They've been rolling to 1, pressuring us, man coverage, man free, 2 deep, 5 under 2 deep. As soon as they went cover 0, I said, oh, boy, this is great, because they're going to bring 1 more and we can block. The guy came down, came off the outside. When he came, boom, he was split right up the middle. It's a heady play. That's what I'm saying about Jarrett Brown. Very, very heady play.
Was that play changed at the line, or was it?
He did it. That was a pass.
He did it himself.
Oh, it was a pass. But as soon as he saw that coverage and blitz, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm pleased with Jarrett Brown. That was a big-time play for a kid that hadn't played a whole lot. So, yes, and I was going to get to the injuries. Colin, we have Nate got a nick on his knee, nothing bad. And Wesley Lyons has a slight hamstring, and that was me that pulled him. The trainer said he can go, and I said no. I pulled him. I want him to have a great senior season.
Stu, talk about JT. I mean, it seemed like he got some big hits late in the game.
Well, you know, our defensive staff, and I've never taught it, and nor do our guys teach it, nor will we ever. We don't teach people to hit anyone in the head. The sliding quarterback, and here comes Robert Sanders, it's very difficult. If you don't hit that guy, then he slides and gets the first down. If you hit him, you make sure you don't get anywhere near his head. It's very hard, 2 trains passing in the night. I was frustrated, but I tell him I don't give him any out. If you touch his head, it's a penalty. Just like they got one called on Danny's nephew, Chris, number 14. We don't teach that here. Then JT had a nice shoulder tackle. Then when you're diving at a guy and he puts his head down, if he ducks his head and your helmet hits his head, it's a penalty. I don't know what if penalty is a penalty. But we do not hold people up and go hit them in the head. That's never been done here. It's never going to be done. It's very frustrating. So you have to get your head clear out of the way and tackle the guy as best you can with your arms and shoulder.
What do you think of the defense? I mean, it seems like they gave up a lot of just sort of intermediate pass plays.
Crossing routes were frustrating. We got that finally shut down. I thought our defense played well enough to win the football game. Last touchdown frustrated me.
Stu, on your kickoffs, how much of that you got the first game when you haven't really gone live?
Well, we've gone live, Michael, as you know, but not live well enough. And it was just, I try. You know, people think just because you have a 1 and double A team come in here, you think Mike Brown could play for us? Does anybody in this room think Mike Brown couldn't play for us? Couldn't play. I think he could. Now my votes way out, all outweighs yours. I said he can play, right? He can play. And I'm not trying to be a wise guy. Number 10 can play. He's good. He's really, really good. Number 7 can play. He started for Steve Spurrier, South Carolina. He's really, really good. Those guys are good. And they created havoc for us today.
Stu, any time this week did you sit down with Jock Sanders and talk or
I've talked with him. I did, yes.
And what kind of things have you found about the chance that he's getting now?
Well, we just had a little private talk. I'd like to keep personal between he and I. He's the Student Judiciary Committee sent me one of the nicest letters I've ever received. And words like exemplary, words like total, achievement. I mean, just what he's done and how he's lived his life. And then Jock and I had just a little personal talk. I thought it was really good. My dad used to have those with me, so I tried it with him.
Those drives were no all scores, 2 plays, 60-some-yard drive,
Yeah.
kind of late in the game when you guys are leading. Not really used to seeing that around here. That you mentioned.
Well, the defense they were in, Jimmy, number 9, I mean, I'm going to throw the ball down the middle of the field. And that's what we're going to do. Now, Jared overthrew it just a little bit. Well, we're not going to let people do that. We're just not going to let people load that box and continually blitz and do that. We will not let he almost dropped it, but he caught it.
What did Jared Brown show you today?
Leadership.
Anything that surprised you?
Nope, leadership. But what really made me smile was when he saw that zero coverage, the extra guy come down the box, blitz from the outside, and he tucked it. And I said, man, that's a play. I told our offensive staff, I said, that is a play. That guy's getting it. He is getting it. That was very nice.
Still, from a practical sense, you can't go out and get a bunch of reps on kickoff coverage to get somebody hurt
Well,
But what do you do to shore it up?
well, I changed 3 people, Colin, and it went down to nothing. I just took them off. At number 41 came down, hit our guy on the kickoff. The guy blocked him. I said, if I see that again, you're going to be up there sitting with the maniacs. That's how I coach. I didn't see it again. Now, it's not a threat. It's just if I see number 41 come down, blow our guy up, and then do that turkey trot or whatever, that if I see it again, he said, yes, sir. So he go get your guy. And he learned. So,
More time this week, or is it
let me see the film, Colin. We'll devote some time because there's going to be a whole lot better folks coming here. And that was a darn good football team played by a darn good group of young men, and I'm very proud of the win. And I told the team we will never ever look at victory as a bad thing around here. There's no such thing as an ugly win; it's a win. And I want our guys keep their chin up, get better, and do all the right things to get better. That's game 1. It's over, and now we got to press on to game 2. Our next week opponent, I'm told, was in the fight for their life. and the starting quarterback didn't play today for their opponent. So we'll just have to see who improves the best. Will it be the Mountaineers or will it be the Pirates? You all see that Saturday. Thank you. God bless, and sure appreciate your coverage.